Just a month ago, Republican voters held a 9-point edge on enthusiasm about the election. Now, as of today, Democrats have caught up, and it is actually even between the two parties. That enthusiasm measure is considered an important factor in terms of who will turn out at the polls tomorrow. But if you have to pick just one thing to learn, one thing to be cognizant of this election eve, it's this: Democrats and Republicans are voting differently, meaning they are voting by different methods. NBC's new poll today shows that voters who want Democrats to control Congress voted early by a 2-to-1 margin. Voters who want Republicans to control Congress are not doing that. By a 2-to-1 margin, pro-Republican voters plan to vote tomorrow on Election Day itself. Bottom line, the vote from people who vote on Election Day tomorrow will lean Republican. The early vote will lean Democrat. And that is the one thing to keep in mind as we all head into the incredible circus and joy that is election results tomorrow. That is why Republicans all over the country have been laying the groundwork for early votes and absentee votes and mail-in votes to be seen as suspect or somehow less legitimate. Already, Republicans have filed lawsuits that have gotten certain early vote ballots tossed out in states like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. Republicans from former President Trump on down have been telling their supporters that they ought to be suspicious of any vote counts that take a long time. Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani today saying that only the ballots that are tallied in the first few hours should count, and any ballots counted later than that should be seen as suspect. The reason they are doing this is because in many states, the same day Election Day votes, the ones that are disproportionately Republican, those votes are counted first. Only after that do they start tallying up the early votes, which lean Democratic. So tomorrow, we should all expect that in many states, the first tallies will look relatively good for Republicans. And then Republican leads will begin to shrink as the night goes on and as the vote counting stretches into the late evening, overnight, into Wednesday, and even longer. We know now to expect howls of protest from Republicans who will insist that that's somehow suspect, that there's vote fraud and election rigging going on. They'll demand that the vote counting stop. They'll file even more lawsuits on top of the dozens they already have to try to disqualify early, largely Democratic votes. But knowing it's coming doesn't stop it from happening. It does help us know what it means when it does come. But setting those expectations